We had a good road trip there. Felt like we had good starts, played the right way. Definitely simplified, and tonight to come out, put up 40-plus shots. To go into overtime, I feel like we thought we deserved the win in regulation, but props to our team to keep grinding and come back in a shootout and get big 2 points. Yeah, I think all year, Streeter, myself, we've been around 20 minutes a night, and tonight might have got up close to 25. But down the stretch, we know that we're guys that they're going to have to rely on, and we love being out there. So towards the end of the third, it kind of got rough going every other shift for 10 minutes plus. But when you're trying to make the playoffs, kind of adrenaline kicks in, and you're able to keep going. So we're kind of used to it the last 3 weeks. We've been doing that with 11 forwards and 7D, but tonight especially, we played a lot of hard minutes, and man, I had a lot of chances as well. The best part about our team this year and in the past is we've always had guys who have been ready to step up to the challenge. I think Billy has proved that he can be Billy Sogarvi can be a really good American League defenseman, and because of the depth we have, he hasn't played a whole lot this year, and I thought he stepped in and was great. He moved his feet. He was good breaking the puck out of the zone, and he brings an offensive element that at times I think we need. So obviously we miss Joe, but at the same time it's next guy up mentality here in Grand Rapids, and I think we're going to need that going on the stretch, especially dealing with injuries. I guess yes and no, but I think the best thing that's happened to us is we've had trouble scoring for 3 weeks. So it's something that we've been used to, just trying to simplify and just try to have that mentality of next shift. And like I said, this team's we've struggled of late to score goals, and I think as we simplify and we get down the stretch, some of these gritty goals and bounces are going to start to go our way. Especially when you put up 40-plus shots, bounces are going to go your way. Yeah, he's a rookie in this league, and it's a tough league. I mean, a lot of these kids, where they come from, they're the best player. They're used to playing, 20-plus minutes, and to be out of the lineup for a few weeks and then to step in, the coaches to have the confidence to play him in overtime, and him to have the poise, no stick, overtime 3-on-3 to put his body in front of the puck. I think depth is something that's always been an advantage for us in Grand Rapids. We feel like there's some guys that can play big minutes one night and not play the next, so I think that's a valuable asset for us to have. And like I said, we have a few guys banged up, so we're going to need some of these young guys to step up in a big way down the stretch.
It's nice to get the start we did, come out with the lead there. And then, when both of Terj's wingers go down, it screws the bench up quite a bit. So, you kind of just stay ready on the bench as much as you can and listen for the combinations. And some guys end up going in different spots, but at this point, you kind of just gut it out no matter what. It's that time of year that guys are worn down, and you try and do as much as you can to get up for the games healthy. You try and get your rest, you try and take care of yourself, but it's kind of an inevitable part of the season, and hopefully those two guys aren't too bad and they get back. But every good team has to have depth, and we'll probably end up relying on it here for a little bit, and we've relied on it at times throughout the season. So we got guys that can step in and play and contribute. So it might be time for those guys to step up a bit. Yeah, there's obviously, we're extremely excited for Joe that he's getting a chance and a look there. And it's kind of the nature of being in the AHL. You lose guys, it happens to every team. But, a guy like Billy, who wasn't in the lineup, now gets his shot. And, I thought he did a pretty good job tonight. And, with more reps, you get more experience, you get more confidence. And, he's another guy that's been here and has been in and out of the lineup, but a guy that we trust and rely on. So, he'll be fine, and it's the nature of the AHL. Yeah, I thought they did a really good job. They weren't able to generate a whole lot in zone. That means we're were shutting the cycle down quick, and they were winning puck battles. So I think that's why our game felt so good. We felt like we were on the attack quite a bit, and a lot of that comes from having good structure defensively. So I thought they did a really good job with that. You kind of just try and stay resilient with it. We'd had some pretty good chances as a line throughout the game, and sometimes there's games like that where it seems like everything's going your way and nothing's going in. Personally, I just say, like, it's going to happen, and it's got to happen. As long as we keep playing this way, we know what works. It's going to eventually happen for us. And sometimes if you quit on the style that you're playing, you'll end up losing those chances. And I don't think we really did. I thought we did a good job of sticking to what was working for us, and it was nice to get rewarded early in the third. I think it helped our bench quite a bit that we scored early and we're playing with a lead. I think we felt pretty good about the way it was going, but it was nice to have the lead on the scoreboard. And there was probably more chances where we could have put the game away and didn't. But sometimes there's nights like that, and it's kind of the funny part about hockey. Sometimes you can dominate and not score, or you can play terrible and get some bounces. So, I thought sort of the foundation of our game tonight and lately has been pretty good, and this was a carryover of that. The penalty kill situations, yeah. We've relied a lot on our penalty kill this year, and it's been really good. So those guys just kind of go out there and do their thing and go to work, and they've been a big part of the success that we've had in games this year. So, we lean on them a bit. We leaned on them definitely tonight because Texas has some pretty good players they can roll out in a good power play. So I thought they did a really good job. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, there it is, sort of thing. So it was nice, it was nice that, like I said, we kind of felt like we were doing the right things, and in the first two periods it didn't really bounce for us, and then, to get that one as a line is kind of, it's reassuring too that we're doing the right thing. So, it's nice for us as a line, and then obviously nice for the team too. It's an important goal at a big time of the game. So, it was the disallowed one. I'm sure was. I haven't actually seen the replay, but I didn't see it because I was going backwards into the net, I think. But those two they were upset about it, so they must have thought it should have been a good goal. But that's where you just talk about the resiliency and just keep doing the same things.
I think Tangredi, Street, and Campbell were getting a bit tired, especially late in the game. So I doubled back with them and played them quite a bit. And then I think the rest of the guys were fine. I thought the energy was fine with the other guys. But that line I doubled back with quite a bit, and so they handled it fine. We went into overtime, and I played them a couple shifts in overtime apiece. And anyways, happy to get the win. I was pleased throughout the whole game. I thought our team played a really good hockey game. I thought their goaltender did an outstanding job keeping it as tight as it was. We had some point blank opportunities, and either we misfired or he made a great save. I think we could easily win the game 5-2. The shots on goal tell one story, but they're a good hockey team, and it's hard to play against a team like that you're always playing down on their end, but they're so opportunistic, they always can strike on you, and they were able to tie the game up. But I thought we had opportunities to put them away, and we didn't. But I thought our energy was great. I thought the way we played in the offensive zone was outstanding. Pardon me? Yeah. Well, we had one power play tonight. Usually you get about 3 or 4, and that usually generates 1 goal. It's a concern somewhat. You know, anytime Matt Laredo comes out of the lineup, he's an offensive guy. We'll see how Matt Pumple is tomorrow. Hopefully he's fine. If not, other guys have to get it done. But this time of year, it's really stingy. We played against a team that was very it was very similar for them. They're going through their playoff stretch right now, or trying to get into the playoffs. They had to get points. I'm sure that they're happy to get the 1 point tonight. We talked about it. They have to go on this Midwest road trip. They want to get at least 3 or 4 points off this trip, and so they got one tonight. So we played a pretty desperate team. So we're going to see a lot of desperation when we're playing in the offensive zone of teams blocking shots and goalies playing really well. I think Philip Hronik has, he came to us at the start of the year. He was in and out of the lineup, and then he just kept on getting better and better. I think that he exceeded my expectations, and I think others in the organization. So, he comes to mind. When you look at Luke Esposito, same thing. He was down in Toledo for a bit. He comes in, fills a big role for us right now, playing at center. Scored a nice shootout goal tonight. I think when you look at the young guys, those 2 guys stand out. Dominic Shine, he's been with us the whole year. A lot of these players are like the first-year players, so it takes them a while to get acclimated to the league. And once they do, they find their stride. And I think those young guys are definitely more improved than the start of the year. Yeah, and he's going to have to. Billy didn't play the last 4 games. It's his first game in the last 5 because we were just running 6 defensemen. When we were running 11 and 7, Billy was in the lineup, obviously, but now it's a good opportunity for him to take advantage of this. I think Joel will be up in Detroit for at least another week. I'm not sure what their plans are, but it's a good opportunity for him to get, more playing time and more experience as we go along here. Yeah, he was paying the price. That wasn't by design with what happened there. But he lost his stick, and he had to sacrifice and block two pucks. It was a great job, great job of being desperate out there. And, any time that happens, something always bad goes wrong, and we were able to survive that situation. That's difficult sometimes. For instance, a guy like Eric Tangretti, he had many opportunities tonight, and he comes off the bench. Or comes back on the bench, and you can hear the frustration of him and other players too if they miss an open net or empty net. And as a staff, we have to recognize that and be positive and say, keep going. The good things are going to happen for us. That's all you really can do is just be positive in those situations. Well, I think both. I thought defensively we played well without the puck. And we broke out the puck efficiently. Now, on the offensive side, when you're watching the game, we carried most of the play. We're in the offensive zone for quite a while. Obviously, if you're in the offensive zone, you're not giving up shots. So I think it was a combination of both. But I thought our forecheck was good. I thought our 5-man units that were going out there worked really well with each other. And that's how we were in the road trip, and we want to see that continue this weekend. No, Sulak is going to start skating on Monday. He got a bit banged up in his playoff run over in Finland. So he's going to be, right now he's doing rehab. We'll get him skating and we'll see where we're at. I'm not going to throw a person in a situation where they're uncomfortable. I want to make sure that he's ready to go. And I'll probably stick with 12 and 6. Now, with that being said, if I'm missing Matt Pumple and Matt Laredo in the lineup in the weekend or after this weekend, I still can go 11 and 7. But we're getting, there's other players that'll be coming in as well. At the end of the year, we generally sign some amateurs or bring in some guys from junior that are drafted. So we're getting reinforcements, but I'll probably, pretty much stay 12 and 6 unless we feel that we're better off doubling up a couple guys where it provides more offense. Oh, it's huge. Yeah, that was sticking in my mind when they scored to tie it up. We've been so good on the road all season, and then at home we've basically 2 games over 500, and so it was a big win for us for a lot of reasons. That's one of them, because we want to make sure that teams understand that we're tough to play at home. Last year, it was very evident. It was intimidating for other teams to come into this building. And it's good and bad. It's good that we, like playing on the road, but we have home ice advantage, especially if the building gets busy, it gets loud, and it's hard to play in. So it was a nice win. I like the way we played. We got the 2 points. That's the most important thing. But that is a big point that you raised. We have to, win games at home. We only have 2 left. Only have 2 left, and so then we go on the road. So we're going to take advantage of it. It's always difficult, but Detroit's been good. They really want us to make the playoffs this year. They want us to make the playoffs every year, but they have to see what maybe a Joe Higgins can do up there. They want to see what Svechnikov can do up there. And we're rolling along pretty good. If it gets to a point where, I was talking to Ken tonight, where things don't go well here, maybe over the next week or so, they might send some guys back. But they really want to see us. They want to see our team go in the playoffs. They feel that going on a long playoff run is very valuable for the players' experience, and I believe in that as well. So they're really good with working with us with this. But it happens to us all the time. It's life in the American Hockey League. Other teams are going through it. I think Texas has a couple guys called up right now as well. So everybody goes through it. You just have to find a way to keep your head above water.